This is the living room loft. And for this exercise, you can use the grids that we've been using in the past, or you can use the one that I've posted on the module. What I want you to notice is the one that I posted on the module is just a little bit different from the one that we've been using. So you can see the grid that we've been using is pushed further back, and the vanishing points fit, right? Here's the horizon line, and the vanishing points left and right fit on the 11 by 17 paper. So I've used these, and this is what we've been using all semester, is because it's easy to work with. In this exercise, you can see that we're in closer to the drawing. So that's nice because you can get some more details, but it's hard because look at how far the right vanishing point along the horizon line is off the page. The same is going to be true for the left vanishing point. So I don't like working on this grid, but I'm going to do it just for something different. Please feel free to use either or. Again, I think the one that we've been using all semester is a little easier, and you can see how I've blocked out the living room according to, just kind of according to looking at the drawing and the instructions. And here I did the same at this one that's zoomed in. So for this exercise, I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Just know that what I had to do is I had to find a really long stick so that I can use the vanishing points. All right. And, you know, it just, I have a little more opportunity for detail, but, you know, I have to work with this really long stick. All right. So the first thing I did is I came in 1, 2 squares, and I came out 2 feet. So we're going to pull that first wall over 2 feet. So what's highlighted, you can see the wall is pulled forward 2 feet, and then the wall on the right is pulled forward 3 feet. So that's what you're seeing along the back. I then came in 4 feet and made a 4-foot deep sofa that's 7.5 feet wide. And for the chair, I could have made it 3 feet wide by 4 feet deep again, but I just made it 3 by 3. I saved 2 feet between the sofa and the coffee table, and I did a 3 by 4 coffee table. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in the furniture first, and then I'm going to draw in the wall, and in the next video, I'll go ahead and do the line drawing. So in black, I'm going to draw in the blocks for the furniture. For the furniture, I'm going to use just this big, thick black marker, and then when I do the walls, I'll go ahead and do the red so that you can see that. So to start with the table, and I just start with the foreground first and then the background because the coffee table is going to cover some of the sofa and the chair. So as you recall, the table is 3 feet deep and 4 feet wide. Then from each corner, we throw up vertical lines. We don't know how tall those are going to go yet. And typically a coffee table or a cocktail table is 18 inches high. So you're going to follow, just like when we built squares or cubes, you're going to follow that to the side wall. Okay, and you're going to go up 1.5. So right there, that's 18 inches. And from the right vanishing point, that's way over there on the other side, through that 18 inches, right, we're going to draw Now I'm going to my right vanishing point, which is way over there, right off the page, but you can still see how it follows the grid underneath. And let's go back. So a little short, so instead it's a little short, so I'm just going to go back to my left vanishing point from this corner. Again, you can see how all this follows the grid. And I'm going to go ahead and go like this. And that's where it hits. Everything lines up beautifully. So there is I want to keep that nice and straight. There's the footprint or the block for my coffee table. Next we have my sofa. I made my sofa just a little deep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vertical lines go up. We don't know how high yet, right? In the corners. Vertical line goes up in the corner. And now I want to make my sofa 3 feet high. So you've done this kind of sofa before when you did your cube chair. So to identify what's 3 feet tall, I follow this line back. I go up 1, 2, 3, right there. And then I go from the vanishing point on the left through that point, and that's where I get my sofa to be 3 feet tall. I could have followed the line over here and done the same, and I'll do that in a minute. So now I have this corner is 3 feet high, and I'm going to go from the right vanishing point. Isn't that something? I'm still too short. So I will follow this bottom. Right about there. Going to the left vanishing point. How I got the arms to both be 6 inches wide is at the bottom. I have a 12-inch square on my grid. At the halfway point, I took a vertical line up. So that's how I made it, the arms be 6 inches thick. I did the same down here. I went over 6 inches, and that's how I got the same thickness on this side. Now we're going to go through and down, and we're going to go over to the vanishing point on the right. So this comes down, this is going to be your back corner. And then we need to go across again to the right vanishing point. And so now what you should see here is that I have my chair, I have my sofa. I have a 6-inch arm that goes 6 inches back, 6 inches around, and 6 inches here. because the horizon line is way up here, I can see the top of my sofa. So the next thing I want to find out is I want to put in my seat at 18 inches. So I could do that in a couple of ways. Remember, if this is 3 feet high, I can dissect the side of the cube and let's see if how good I'm doing here. I can dissect my cube with an X, and where that meets, that's 18 inches. Or I can follow this back. I can go up 1 foot 6 inches, and from the left vanishing point through that 18 inches right here is my X. So everything lines up. So that's 18 inches, and then going to the right vanishing point, that's 18 inches. And then going back to my left vanishing point. So let's see what that looks like now. So now I have the back of my sofa, right? We're gonna go here, that's 18 inches, over and over. I'll go back to my left vanishing point. Yes, I'm still good. I'm going to go to my right vanishing point now. Through here. Again, it's just a little more cumbersome when you're working with this long stick. So now I have this tuxedo style sofa right here. I'm a coffee table. I'll quickly draw in the chair. And maybe I need to make my chair 4 feet deep too. It's really, that's exaggerated, but let's see how that looks. I want that to be 3 feet high. So I go back here. Up 3, through the vanishing point on the right, through 3 feet, right here, 1, 2, 3. So through this point, through my vanishing point, that'll make my chair 3 feet high. Perfect. Everything lines up. Now I'm going to the back vanishing point where it hits the vertical line. Going back to the right vanishing point. I'm going to come down. Great. So now I have my chair. And now I have to give my chair some thickness, so I'm going to come up 6 inches for an arm. So if I have a grid on the ground, that's 12 inches, halfway, and I come straight up. Looks like I didn't do a very good job with my line right there. Same thing here at the bottom of my chair. I have 1 foot grid. If I go halfway, that's 6 inches. And if I draw a straight line up, okay, now I have my arms. And I'm going to go back to my left and right vanishing points. Come across, give that some thickness. And I'm just eyeballing the back. and then come down. Again, I want my seat height to be 18 inches. I'm going to do it differently. Instead of having to go back and up 18 inches, let's just put an X through the side of the chair, a 3-foot chair. Now I have 18 inches right there in the center of the X. I went over to the front of basically the cube, and then I went over. So there's the front, right? There's the front. Then we have to go back. And now I have my coffee table. I have the beginnings of my chair. If you wanted to add a little pillow in here, you can add a pillow. If you want to add 2 pillows, go ahead and add 2 pillows. So now I have my footprint for my grouping of seating. I want an area rug that comes out 2 feet. Now I'm putting an area rug. I'm going to leave the front blank. So yes, in perspective, this would come down. I'll just do it with a pencil. This comes down, and this comes down, and they meet right here. It's just that a point really doesn't look that attractive in drawing. So I'm going to leave that out. Next is your walls and your art.